All right, guys, we're going to take a look at the gear score of a 3-month-old player. That is crazy young. When I was 3 months old, I couldn't even walk yet, let alone play BDO. I was still sucking my thumb and shitting my pants, but this guy has somehow managed to get this gear score in 3 months. Crazy, dude. Okay, let's take a look. So, well, what I would probably do here... 304, you get the pen main hand, Tet offhand. Osha, you got the pen necklace. I see why you're asking me this question. You know your crystals are bad? Yeah, the crystals, I'm gonna focus more on the gear than the crystals. Is that Tet armor and a Vel? It is, yeah. I think what he got carried on is the Tet armor. And then he got carried on the offhand. Or the main hand. Or the awakening or whatever. You got the Night Vendor. You got it from the Night Vendor 2 days ago for 14.3. That's pretty good. Okay, so. First of all, you need to do all of your adventure journals, Lux. Like, this is really important. These are pretty easy to do. So definitely get all of those done. And that's going to boost up your AP by a solid amount. Then from there, you really need to focus on just getting more AP. Your DP can passively come. As you're grinding, you're going to get Kaffir Stones. As you're logging in, you're going to get Kaffir Stones, Spirit Dust, whatever. Like, use your Kaffirus and essentially build up these armors to all C6s. And then you're going to build up one of them all the way to C10. And eventually swap this for a Libresca, but that is just going to come with time. I wouldn't say it's like... Actually, you know what? I might even... Yeah, whatever. Like, Libresca's fine. Get that at least a duo. So do that passively as you're going. Then from there, my suggestion would be... I think you have enough DP where you can... You really need to build up your AP in a fast way. And I think one of the fastest ways to do that, especially considering your best earrings are Kaposhas, is you need to work on these accessory slots. And the way that you would work on those is probably buying a distortion earring. Getting a Tet distortion earring is going to be a really big jump in your AP, and these are really good filler items for you to use in your case. And then your rings, I think getting Karazad rings to at least Tet is also a really good way. What do you mean, brother, what? There's nothing wrong with that, Liam. Getting this, now you're 323 AP. Now that you're at this point, you haven't really spent a whole lot of money. Now you got to work on your offhand. So getting your offhand to pen is going to be a really, really solid upgrade. And then from there, I would save up to buy a pen Deboreka on your necklace. And get that to... Exchange that to Nov. Once you've done that, you need to get another Black Star at pen. And then essentially get a Sovereign to at least like try or Tet. Tet's pretty low hanging fruit, so I'd say even Tet. Now, as this has all been going on as well, you know how you're passively gaining Kaffir Stones? You are going to be grinding at Hex Sanctuary, so you will along the way be upgrading this to Exalted. So do that through grinding for Crystallize and upgrade it yourself. And once your gear score kind of looks like this, you really got to work on your armors because you can start going to much better grind spots. Like I'm hoping by this time, right? Your armors are at least at this point full duo because you've been getting a lot of Kaffirs through grinding, Spirit Dust, right? You've been doing all that. Your armor should look something like this. Additionally, there is a quest line to get one Adonis Stone that's really easy to do. This should at least be base. It gives you 11 more DR. And then once you're here, you need to go pen on your offhand. You need to go Tet on your main, or your hex on your main hand. There's a very important reason you do this, because once you've, well, yeah, you're gonna do that. Once you've done this, you now need to work on your DP a little bit more. So getting at least try, and hopefully at the ball they're gonna give us a Tet, but getting at least full try is going to be pertinent. Well, at least getting 2 tries is going to be pertinent, because that's going to allow you to get some Tri-Charizard earrings as just filler earrings to allow you to start doing Jordine. And that's going to allow you to start getting your weekly stones over time. And it's also going to be like the introduction to you kind of working more on your Adana armors, because you have a very long grind ahead of you. And getting the access to this weekly is a really good thing to start now working on buying Pendeberekas. Because you need to buy Pendeberekas and replace practically everything in your gear wheel at this point. Like, once you hit 427 DP is not as important, but these stones, accumulating them is important. But you're going to continue to grind with these Tet earrings. Alright? You're going to keep grinding with these. And so your AP, you're going to be grinding at 354 AP, 419 DP. You're going to get good money at, you know, Orzekia. Or no, you can't do that. You're going to get good money at, like, Tungrad Ruins would be some of your best money right now at this gear score. And then you're going to work on your Debos to pen, right? Every time you get a pen Debo, it's swappable to a Nov accessory, right? So you can buy this, and then you get a Charizard, swap it to Nov. And you buy this, you get a Charizard, you swap it to Nov. And you buy this, you get a Charizard, swap it to Nov. Then it's time to finally replace these. And then you buy a Charizard, you swap it to Nov. And then you buy a Charizard, and you swap it to Nov. And now that you're 375, you need to work on your DP, because now you need 440 DP. The easiest way to do that is getting a second Tet armor, getting this to, like, try, getting this to, like, try, and then swapping this to Tet, getting this to, like, you know, try or whatever. Like, basically, this is kind of what's going to be the easiest way to 440. But to give you the summary, essentially, of what this is and why, what essentially we're doing here, is A, you need to burst your AP higher to be able to efficiently grind at Hex Sanctuary. And that's where the distortions come in. Then you need to burst your AP up to 350 with full Charazods in order to get passive weekly stones through Adana bosses. And then after that, you need to work on meeting efficient caps to be able to go to the next Adana boss, to the next Adana boss, to the next Adana boss. Because gear in this game is very, very time gated in the end game, and it's going to take you 2 years to get enough stones to be able to enhance your armors to full. And it's better that you start. In fact, 2 years is if you're getting 5 a week, which you're not going to get for a long time. So it's going to take you 3 to 4 years of those weeklies to get enough stones. And so that's why it's important to start now, is because by the time you've been fixing up all your gear over time, you're going to be getting the stones you require for those armors in the future, right? Type out a list for this man or write a book for him. Okay, I'm actually doing one better. I'm doing one better than that. Hopefully, very soon, chat, within a week, I'm expecting there's going to be a new gear bot in the BDO Companion that will be fully coded, and it's going to allow you to paste in your Garmoth link, and it'll then tell you step by step what you should be doing. So I know gear advice is very complicated, but I'm hoping within 1 week's time, it's going to fully be done, and it'll give you the step by step of what you should be doing at any step, and you can just paste in your gear when convenient. So hopefully, it'll be fully done. And solving video, one update companion, one update to the companion at a time. Yes, sir. I'm flabbergasted. Did you say I'll be gearing up for 4 years? Well, yeah. Technically, what is that thing? Is that a gatekeeper? What the fuck? Technically, right now, I am time gated by 2 years as an endgame player. So while I have money and I could spend it on gear, I'm very time gated on my ability to spend that money because it requires me to get stones that are time gated. So it's not like you're going to have to put in a lot of active effort to get there. And hopefully by the time, you know, a year from now, once you've pretty much reached hard cap, I'm hoping that they're going to make those stones more accessible. But if they don't, they're going to be happy that you started early.